Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on July the 29th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. And starting off, we have actually, before we continue on into the news here, the most important thing that happened today was the Fed statement. And with the Fed statement, basically, they did not change anything. And overall, the statement started off okay for the US dollar, but then it turned bearish for the US dollar. And the main reason was the Fed kind of downplayed the inflation. They were not too concerned about it. Now, they weren't concerned about the Delta variant for COVID either, which was a good thing. However, they did not provide any kind of forward guidance on when the tapering might happen. Instead, they basically reiterated that they're going to continue supporting the markets, and they're not really at this point. There's no guidance as to when the tapering will happen. So monetary policy is going to stay the way it is right now, all the way into um, well, actually, they didn't say when. So right now, for unknown period of time, it will stay the same. So that was overall negative for the US dollar. And we have seen everything else basically go up against the US dollar. So it was quite a volatile move for the US dollar, whipsawed in both directions. Now, coming up on Thursday, lots of data points here. So we have CPI numbers out of the Eurozone, and then mortgage approval numbers, ECB monetary policy meeting account. So this is something we need to pay attention to, just like Fed statement. This is important as well. Now, with the difference with the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts here, there is no press conference this month. So this is not as important as the Fed conference was, or Fed statement was. So this one, at this point, I'm not expecting much of a change. However, as we saw with the Fed statement, even when nothing changes, market can still move based on the minor points. So just watch out for that. It is also summer, and in summer, because the volume of trading is low, as a result of that, we can see more volatile moves or more exaggerated moves. So just keep that in mind. Now, coming up into the US session here, we do have GDP numbers for US. They're expected to go up, which will be positive for the US dollar if they do come up as expected. And then pending home sales, the home sales numbers haven't been that great recently. So if the numbers drop, that would be a negative thing for the US dollar. So that's that. And then we have yen data, but nothing major for the rest of the day. All right, so let's go to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So as we can see, euro moved in both directions. And with the Fed statement here, as we can see, that's a huge whipsaw here. Price dropped and then it went back up, so moved in both the directions here, and that was because of the press conference there. With this, it does look bullish, but I'm a little bit concerned that the move is an inefficient move. So when we have inefficient moves like this, they tend to get filled. So we had an inefficient move here, which got filled. So that's the concern. I would pay attention to that. All this, it creates a vacuum in the market basically, and those moves can get filled. So right now, price is into the top of this range, and it's into an important support resistance level. However, there is more room to the upside, and it could go all the way into 1.1880. So watch out for that. Bias is bullish right now, although it is into resistance. But there is this next level. So bullish bias with the caution. Next target is 1.1880 and then 1.1900. So bullish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar, this one also pushing into the resistance. Similar move that we saw for euro. It went all the way into the support level here, into the pivot, and then it shot up with the press conference. So at this point, it is looking quite bullish here. Again, it is into resistance, so be mindful of that. Price is right into resistance, so bullish bias again with caution, because if it gets stuck here below 1.3900, we could see price come down just like it did here. So that would be the caution. But should it manage to go through 1.3900, next target is 1.3940, and it could go as high as 1.40. So there is room to the upside here for pound as well. So bias here is bullish for pound dollar as well, but just be mindful of the resistance it's into currently. Aussie dollar here. Aussie has been going sideways here. Price is gone in both directions. It's still trading in a range. At this point, as we can see, it ended up with a bullish pin bar. So looking for price to retest 0.7400, and then if it holds, we're likely to see a move back into the range again. But over the last several days here, it's been stuck in a range between 0.74 and 0.7340. So neutral to bullish bias here for Aussie dollar. Next target is 0.7400. New Zealand dollar, this one went all the way into the support and then has bounced off of that level. So now we could see a move back towards the resistance into 0.700. So bias is neutral to bullish here. It bounced off of the support. So this one has been trading sideways as well, between 0.70 and then 0.69. So about 100 pip move here. This one could go higher. A bit of a resistance coming up, but once it goes through, we're looking for 0.700. So neutral to bullish bias for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one has been choppy all over the place. We have a nice bearish engulfing candle close here. Looking for price to drop. 1.2440 is target. So bearish bias here for dollar CAD. And gold here, gold looking bullish. It bounced, oh, sorry, gold, silver, my apologies. Silver is looking bullish. Price was into support. And as we can see, it's bouncing off of the level where it has bounced off previously. So looking for price to go back towards the top of this little range, 25.45. So bullish bias for silver. Gold also looking bullish. It's bounced off of the support resistance level here and looks bullish. Target is 1816 is the first target, and then 1825 is the second target. So bullish bias for gold here. Oil is struggling sideways here. Price is pushing into the resistance. It hasn't broken through though, so that's the only cause for concern. If it doesn't, we could see a drop. But it is summer. Price tends to do well. Oil tends to do well in summer. So should it manage to go through 72.20, 73.20 is the next target. And then above that, we have 74.20. So bullish bias, neutral to bullish bias here for oil. Copper here. Copper wants to come back down. It is into support though, so that's the only thing to bear in mind here. And then we're looking for price to drop further. In this case, bearish bias. Watch out for support, but should it go through, next target is 4.32. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin has been bullish. We're back into this 40,000 level. Now, this is the resistance, the solid resistance where price has struggled numerous times. Now, the question is, can it get through? And if it doesn't, we are back again, because overall, this is the range that price has established. And since May, it's been struggling with this range here. However, it does have bullishness to it. So next target here is 42,300. So bias is bullish. I would be cautious though, right into the resistance. But next target, once it gets through 42,300, and then there's plenty of room. And above that, we're looking at 43,500. So bullish bias here with caution though. Stock market also moved in both direction here. But the problem here is we have a pin to the upside, which means we could see a drop. 43.70 is the first target. And then this is where we have to be careful. But if it continues, we could see a move lower as well towards 43.40. So neutral to bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this is more sideways at the moment. And as we can see, price is holding right now. There's bullishness in it, but it's also rejecting. Right now, I am neutral on this. We may see a retest. And then if it holds, we're looking for a drop back down here. So right now, neutral bias, we'll have to wait for this to show us some direction, but neutral for now. And then Dow Jones as well, completely neutral close for the day. So we could see a retest, and then if it fails, we're looking for a move towards the support at 34,800. But right now, for the last several days, it has been stuck in a sideways range. So bias is neutral. DAX here, DAX moved in both directions, and it bounced off of the support. Not much of a move here, so looking for a sideways move with DAX as well. Bias is neutral here. So neutral bias for DAX. And then FTSE here, it has a bit of bullishness to it. So next target is 70.35. And then we're looking for a move back down here. It's coming up into some strong resistance, so watch out for that. Right now, bullish bias 70.35 is the target. And then last but not least here, Nikkei bounced off of the support. Now there is bullishness here, so looking for a move higher. Next target is 27,965, so close to 28,000. So looking for a retest basically, and then if it doesn't go, we will look for a drop, but this could go higher. So right now price has been stuck sideways. This is the range it's been trading in. So essentially looking for 28,000, then 28,200 potentially, and then we could see a drop. So bullish bias for neutral to bullish bias here for Nikkei, looking for it to trade within this range, but towards the top of the range. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.